Hey everyone, welcome to today's video where we'll be exploring the concept of postcolonialism in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This anime has a lot to say about power, identity, and culture, and we'll be unpacking some of those themes through a post-colonial lens. Postcolonialism refers to the social, cultural, and political legacies of colonialism and imperialism, and how they continue to shape the world today. In FMA Brotherhood, we see many examples of how colonization and imperialism have affected different nations and characters in the story. Firstly, the nation of Amistris itself can be seen as a colonizer, as it has expanded its borders through military conquest and subjugated other nations. The Ishvalan War, in particular, is a clear example of how Amistris has used its military power to oppress and exploit other cultures. The Ishvalans were seen as inferior and subhuman by the Amistrian military, and as a result, they were massacred in a genocidal campaign that left their culture devastated. Scar's character embodies the ongoing trauma and pain that results from this kind of colonialism, as he seeks revenge against the Amistrian military for the genocide of his people. This is a classic example of colonialism, where a powerful nation uses its military might to dominate and exploit a weaker one. However, FMA Brotherhood also complicates this picture by showing us that Amistris itself is also a victim of imperialism. The nation's origins are revealed to be the result of a plan by a group of alchemists to create a perfect nation, using alchemy to create a philosopher's stone that would give them godlike powers. This experiment went horribly wrong, and the result was the nation of Amistris as we know it today. This backstory shows us that even the powerful colonizers are not immune to the effects of imperialism, and that their power often comes at a great cost. We also see examples of post-colonialism in the characters themselves. The Elric brothers are the products of a failed colonial experiment, and their journey can be seen as a quest to understand their own identity and history. Their journey takes them to many different nations and cultures, and they often find themselves caught in conflicts that are the result of colonialism and imperialism. Their struggle to understand themselves and their place in the world is a common theme in post-colonial literature and media. Their father, Van Hohenheim, was originally a slave in a foreign land, was forcibly brought to Amistris to be used in the creation of the Philosopher's Stone. This backstory shows us how the powerful alchemists who created Amistris relied on the exploitation and subjugation of other cultures in order to achieve their goals. The Elric brothers' journey to understand their own identity and history can be seen as a metaphor for the struggles of colonized peoples to assert their own cultural identity and history. Another character who embodies post-colonial themes is Scar. Scar is an Ishvalan who survived the genocide and is seeking revenge against the Amistrian military. His story shows us the ongoing trauma and pain that can of course result from colonialism and the struggle for justice and liberation that often follows. The Zingis Empire is another example of how colonialism has affected the world of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The Zingis people have their own unique culture and history, but they are constantly threatened by the expansionist ambitions of neighboring nations. When Ling Yao, aka Greed, becomes emperor, he is forced to navigate the complex political landscape of Zing and make allegiances with other nations in order to protect his people. Ling's journey can be seen as a critique of how power dynamics and colonization affect different cultures and nations. Finally, the homunculi in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood can be seen as representations of the colonizer's mindset. They are created by the powerful alchemists who seek to control the world and reshape it according to their own desires and in their own image. The homunculi have no empathy or understanding of the cultures and peoples they seek to control, and they view human lives as disposable resources to be used for their own ends, means, and pleasures. The conflict between the homunculi and the protagonists of the story can be seen as a critique of how colonialism and imperialism operate and the damage they inflict on the world and its people. So there you have it, folks. A brief overview of post-colonial themes in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This anime is a great example of how media can explore complex social and political issues, and how the experiences of colonized and colonizer can be intertwined. By examining these themes, we can gain a deeper understanding of the world around us and the forces that shape it. These are just a few examples of how post-colonial themes are present in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. The anime offers a complex and nuanced portrayal of how power, identity, and culture intersect, and how often the legacy of colonialism continues to shape the world today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe, guys. See you next time.